Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends What If Captain Carter. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply, show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today, we are finally getting around to opening this Marvel Legends What If the Watcher Build-Up Figure Wave. So this is technically the Disney Plus Wave 2, as it also includes Sylvie, who is part of the Loki series. And I have seen other people's reviews, I have seen pictures, and these figures do look great. So I'm very excited to get them open myself, because I think Hasbro have done a really good job at turning that sort of unique animated style into plastic. The colours are really vibrant, they're going to pop, and even though it's an animated version of Hayley Atwell, it still looks pretty good. So she comes in the box, as I said, with her shield, with some parts for the Watcher Builder figure. It is, of course, Captain Carter. We get the Disney Plus logo there, as well as What If. On the back, we get a little write-up for Captain Carter that reads, "With the Super Soldier program in peril, Peggy Carter bravely participates by becoming Captain Carter." And we actually get an image from the What If show there as well to show the character, as well as a list of all the figures in this wave you need to build the Watcher Builder figure. Today we're reviewing Captain Carter. So yeah, these look beautiful. So as always, I have to send a massive thank you to... Go and check out iComicIndustries.com. Full range of action figures, including the newest waves and latest pre-orders of Marvel Legends. With Star Wars, Power Rangers, G.I. Joes, imports and more. Go and check them out for yourself. iComicIndustries.com. And follow them on Instagram at iComicIndustries. And remember, international shipping. Both UK and US no longer have to worry about those exclusives. All the links are in the video description. Much appreciated. As I said, links in the description. But without further ado, let's get her open. So here we have Captain Carter out of the box with all of her accessories, which include these two arms for the Watcher Builder figure, which I always review once I've went through all the figures in the wave. So you know what to do. Check out the playlist, subscribe, as I will be reviewing the Watcher last. Today, let's just focus on Captain Carter. UK rep, and her only accessory is, of course, the Union Jack shield in replacement of that American Star shield that Captain America has. So it is nicely sized for her, to be fair. And yeah, the colours do really pop. First impressions, it looks really nice. They've even used that digital face printing tech for this animated style, which looks really nice as well. So let's zoom in and check her all out. As mentioned, they've used that digital face printing tech on this face sculpt, which makes it really nice. So they could have easily not done this, considering these are animated figures, but doing it really does take them to the next level. It looks very nice. I actually prefer this head sculpt of an animated version of Hayley Atwell compared to the actual Marvel Legends Hayley Atwell we got in the 10th anniversary line. So if I bring that one in real quick, just to sort of remind you what that looked like very pale, doesn't look spot on, but if I bring this new one back and try and get on both the focus. She looks tiny as well compared to Captain Carter. But yeah, you tell me how does it work. I definitely think the new one is nicer. Even the skin tones and stuff are nicer. But yeah, she's tiny compared to her. Look, that's an actual height comparison. But we'll look at that in more detail in a minute. Let's just continue looking at this Captain Carter. Nice head sculpt as well, which is accurate for this particular uniform from that very first episode of What If we seen. We get the Union Jack on the front, UK repping, of course, and this is all nicely sculpted and nicely painted, to be fair, as well. And there's no ab crunch, but there is like a waist joint here at the top of the diaphragm, so you get the swivel up here, of course, but then it will break up the Union Jack, which isn't too big of a deal, but you do get a bit of forward and back on it. Other than that, the uniform is all blue with some red highlights, very similar to Captain America's uniform, of course, even with the straps on the back here, but just with that UK flavour. And yeah, moving down to the legs, see a bit more red with the brown boots. She got the same brown belt, same brown gloves, and the same brown straps. And that belt, it is sculpted on, but I can't tell if it's a separate piece. It may have been a separate sculpted, moulded piece, but then glued on there. That doesn't seem to be moving. Maybe it is. Yeah, it is a separate piece. There you go. It's got a bit of wiggle to it. Not like it matters, but there you go. The boots do have like a bit of a weird shape and overlay, and is that to allow for articulation? Probably. but you've still got the use of the ankle pivot under there as well. And the gloves are 2 separate pieces too, with your cuff piece and then the actual glove piece on top of that as well. But she doesn't come with any interchangeable hands, I'm afraid. She just gets this one grip hand and then one fisted hand as well, which I do prefer having sets of hands when it comes to accessories. Just makes so much more sense for posing and whatnot. But other than all that, she looks like a very tall lady. Let me zoom out. And let's quickly do articulation for this figure. So it seems to be new. Like, I don't know where they've got any reuse from. Maybe a little bit, but I can't tell that type of stuff. So the arms will go up to 90. There's a swivel up there as well. And double jointed elbows on a female figure, which is always nice to see. As I said about the waist, you get rotation there. And a bit of forward and a bit of back. There is a swivel at the top of the thigh. Legs go out about that much. Double jointed knees, pinless as well, by the way. I forget to mention this all the time, but we are living in 2021. The future is now. Pinless Marvel Legends action figures, completely pinless, no joints on show, with still the same range you would expect from a Marvel Legend. Beautifully done, doesn't break up the detail, no weird colour pins. Like, you do have to sort of give Hasbro credit for that improvement on these figures. So yeah, and as I said, ankle pivot. Is there a boot swivel? No boot swivel there. Maybe there is. No, definitely not. But still, there you go. There's all the articulation as you would expect for a female Marvel Legend, more than your average female Legend. That is for sure. She looks very, very nice. Now, will she hold her shield? Yes, she will. Now, the grip is quite wide, so it does wiggle around in there, but it still sits in place, I guess, for posing. But be careful, because it might fall out or something like that. So if we zoom out a little bit again, you can see she can hold it. And is it oversized? Is it undersized? I haven't got a screenshot in front of me to remember it in my head, but it looks fine to me. It doesn't look too small, even though it may be. I don't know. You tell me in the comments, but I think it looks fine for display purposes of what it's meant to represent. But again, I don't like the looseness of that shield. You can hear it clattering around and I feel like it might just fall. But you can get her posed up holding it. That's the main thing. As I said, you want her on the shelf like that. So that's all good. With the Union Jack on the front, and then the red, the white, the blue, and it's very crisp, very shiny as well. Definitely got like a gloss to it. Of the plastic. It's hitting my lights, as you can see, but still very nice shield. She can hold it in that one hand. She can hold it in the other hand as well, I suppose, because it's just a case of sliding the hand through there you go. So she can hold it in both, but then you'll have one grip hand, which is unnecessary. Now, we do know already there is a, see what I mean? It's going to fall out. We do know already there is going to be a second version of Captain Carter in her stealth gear that we actually seen on the very last episode of What If, during the sort of Guardians of the Multiverse episode, if you will. But it has the inaccurate head sculpt, as it has the same head sculpt as this, but her hair was a different style during that episode. So not 100% accurate, but I know some people always appreciate options, and that style suit in the dark blue and the silvers is just really nice, isn't it? So hopefully I'll remember to throw up an image on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. But let's get into some comparisons. Our first comparison, of course, had to be a straight up Peggy Carter comparison, and as she should be, Captain Carter is taller than your regular Peggy Carter. And if I bring out the tape measure just so we can see, so you know, she is about 6.5 inches tall compared to the previous Peggy Carter, which is under 6 inches tall. So definitely a height difference, which is accurate. As you know, when she took that super serum, it did make her a bigger, stronger, buffer, all of that good stuff. So yeah, Peggy Carter versus Peggy Carter. I have to admit, I prefer the Captain Carter compared to this, but still happy we had this in the collection. I just don't think that likeness to Hayley Atwell is all that good. And to give you a better comparison of scale in regards to other Legends, here we have both an MCU version of Black Widow and a comic version of Black Widow. And you can see Captain Carter is taller than them both. So it doesn't matter what multiverse or universe you want to put this Captain Carter in. She's a tall girl. Of course, it's only right to see Captain Carter compared to Captain America. So we got two versions here, the first and the last, if you will, as this is the first Avengers version of Cap, and then we have the Endgame version of Cap, worthy Cap, if you will, holding a very nice shield, as I said, custom created shield by Bearded Skull Studios. Much appreciated to him. He sent me a bunch of accessories and weapons that I'm hoping to show off very soon. Links in the description if you want to go and check him out. But yeah, Peggy Carter is taller than them both. Obviously, I would love to do a comparison of Captain Carter compared to the Hydra Stomper, but I don't have it yet, unfortunately, so I cannot do a comparison. However, there are lots of pictures online and reviews, etc. We know what it looks like. It looks great, so I will get that very soon. Until then, here we have Captain Carter compared to two members of the Guardians of the Multiverse from the What If series, which is, of course, Supreme Doctor Strange and the T'Challa Star-Lord, who I'll be reviewing very soon keep an eye on the playlist. And for a bit of UK repping, play the national anthem, because here we have Captain Carter compared to Captain Britain, Brian Braddock from the Excalibur box set. Go and check out my review for that. And then, of course, Union Jack as well. Of course, we have Spider-Man UK as well, but he's buried deep on the shelf that I didn't really want to knock anyone over. So until they are united in picture form, which will happen soon, here they are together. And Captain Carter, she fits right in. And then last, but by no means least, here we have Captain Carter compared to worthy Hellfire Hank, and I'll promise you, there's nobody else there. Nobody. Just Hank. No one there. So, final thoughts on Captain Carter. Honestly, this is a very nice way to start off my what if reviews, because it was a wave that I was thinking, do I really need it on my MCU shelf as everything is live action? But after the show, I was like, okay, of course I need these figures. I'll just have to create a little multiverse section for them, which is of course canon now. So of course I can do that. I may even put them along my Spider-Verse figures as they are also animated, because it's what if, anything can happen. But this Captain Carter is a beautiful figure and it's UK repping. So, of course, I had to get it to the shelf. It just makes me want to get the Hydra Stomper even quicker now, as they are obviously going to pair up very nicely together as well. So I will pull the trigger on that very, very soon. But until then, you let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like this Captain Carter figure? Are you getting the alternative stealth version of Captain Carter as well in figure form? Always curious to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. But if you want to see more reviews as I go through these what if figures and hundreds of other Marvel Legends, then please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. You can also hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Much, much appreciated. Also a special thank you, of course, to iComic Industries for making this review possible. Links are in the description below. Remember, both UK and international shipping for all Marvel Legends and your collectibles. But as always, people, follow me on Instagram. It's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. And I will, of course, see you on the next one.